one, but somebody's ready, and that's the important thing.
Excuse me, I'm logged into everything. I didn't even shower. I am sweaty and disgusting, ready to play for you all.
Aww.
So all I'm asking for is 30 seconds.
Oh, here is guy. Better yet.
I'm going to put the mic down so I can stop Yoda from doing some shenanigans, so I will be right back.
Okay, I mean, he's probably up to some good shenanigans.
Serious. Come here. No, don't wag your tail at me. No. Come here. Come here. You're a punk. Go lay down. No, go lay down.
Go lay down, potato. Just looking at me like a potato. Is Yoda? He's a potato. Here. Okay.
He totally was happy to get you away from the computer and get you all to himself, is what it was.
Which asshole dog are you talking about? Hers or mine?
Hers.
I had to step away because Yoda was about to go up to start some shenanigans.
I don't know if y'all remember, before I moved, I had like beautiful twinkle lights in my old bedroom hanging that I had as my part of, like, you could see whenever we gamed.
Mm-hmm.
The asshole dog decided today, because they've been in my living room, because I was trying something new, he decided that he was going to hop up on my couch and nom on all of my beautiful twinkle lights. So
and
fuck
he
you,
didn't
dog.
electrocute himself? He's a lucky dog.
I mean, it is his name. You're such a jerk. Why are you such a jerk? No, I don't want kisses. No.
Hey,
Go away.
I got it from my mama.
Are you saying I'm a jerk?
Are you saying you are the mother of dogs? See how there's just no right answer from this point forward.
Yeah, no. At this point, I'm a serial killer asshole. Which I guess if you're a serial killer, you're probably an asshole.
At least on some level.
Unless, of course, you're on a mission from God, and then you're just crazy and a serial killer.
That's a totally different thing.
Stop. Hey, behave. Lay down.
Then you're a workaholic.
Ooh, he got the snappy finger.
Good boy. Oh, don't lick your dick in front of me. That's so gross.
Megan. She goes to the gym and she comes back in gym mode. I could totally hear her at the gym saying the same thing to that weightlifting guy, you know. Get longer shorts, dude.
If they're licking it in the gym, they actually are incredibly impressive and disgusting.
Why can't they be both?
That's why I said and. Oh man, I love our opening screen. It brings me so much joy. Man. Why does it say Rip Mia? Mia doesn't play in this game. Oh, that's missing in action. Never mind. I was like, that's really messed up, man.
I mean, seeing as you're the only one that can move your character, surprised me. That's telling. I'm just gonna say.
Well, no, because I didn't have the full screen, so I saw "Rest in Peace, Mia," and then I scrolled down. I was like, "Oh, never mind." You weren't trying to kill me in Thursday night's game on Wednesday.
I mean, I'm keeping my options open.
You don't know what you would do if you killed me off in Thursday's game. You all would be super sad.
We would totally need to find a druid and resurrect you and have you come back as a different species to further confuse the twins, you know.
The not twins? I mean, I'm a druid. Just kill me. If you kill me off, I'll just have to resurrect myself.
Now we're going to totally get into some like Avatar-esque spirit worldness.
You know, if I die in Thursday night game, Brandon's not going to let you resurrect me. He'll be like, I'm the oldest twin now. I'm done. We're not bringing her back.
I'm the oldest and only living twin.
Yes, that means, and then he'll be like, sister, I never had a sister. I just morphed myself. I just did a spell to make myself like a woman once, and that's it. That's how you joined the game, isn't it, Talia?
I thought you was a girl.
Mm-hmm. That was beautiful. You were his hero.
And there was the little threesome with the not a woman.
Yes. Oh. We have to bury a baby doll, don't we?
I mean, you can always take it with you.
I don't know, guys. Can I come with?
I know. We've gone back and forth about it, you know.
We
So-
have.
Needless to say, you guys have gotten the church all spick and span, except for, of course, the hole. Cleaned
At
up
least he
all
busted
the
spick
little
and span.
dead hands. I mean,
Can we like seal up that little attic space?
oh yeah, there's totally some old rusty nails and a hammer.
Am I tall enough to make that repair, or do I need to convince someone else to make that repair?
How tall are you? Probably should have somebody like the 6-foot range or taller do it for you.
I guess I'll do it. What I need? Do I need to roll something for that, Jim?
Nope.
Okay.
Let's
As-
seal up those creepy ass hands.
As you hear the banging sound of, you know, your ranger nailing the attic hatch shut, saying nope. There's zombie hands up there. Nope.
Nope, nope, nope.
Nope. Sometimes you just see shit and you say nope.
Nope, nope, nope.
So what
Better
is your
safe than
guys'
sorry.
plan? No, there's a plan for holding service indoors now?
Yeah, I believe that was the plan.
Oh, okay. I thought last time. Am I really doing another service?
Oh yeah,
thought
I
were-
think we did the service, and we were gonna go look in the well for the body of the little girl to lay her to rest.
Oh, that's right. You did the service outside, didn't you?
Mhm.
I did. Because Twigsy was hiding or was keeping the baby doll out of sight while I gave everyone a stirring emotional, not speech, what do we call it when it's your sermon on my near-death experience. I remember the things. So yeah, so I've stirred the people and gave them Freya Jesus, and now we go find a baby.
So harsh. Okay, so
To the
so
well.
the midday sun is up. You know, the folks are still kind of hanging around. They want to see if there's like an after show service. Kind of curious what you guys are doing. Got a good group of about a dozen looky-loos that are just kind of like standing around watching you.
Do I need to distract them? Will they go body hunting, or how should we do this?
My understanding is we were gonna look in the well, And my thought is take the smallest of us, tie a rope around their waist, and lower them down the well.
I'm the smallest of us, and I am 100% down for that. I just don't know that we want to stir up a crowd while we go searching for a child's body.
Well, I mean, if
That's
you
not
find
nice.
the body, like if people are around, we're not going to pull it up. I mean, but we want to make sure, see if it's down there.
So how are we going to explain, like, well diving?
As she gets an ice headache.
No such thing.
Well, we want to see if it's a working well.
I'm going to bless the water.
Directly.
Well, y'all have
Directly.
seen people pull water up out of the well, so obviously they're
Oh.
drinking out of it.
No, we're going to bless it directly at the
I'm going to Freya wants me to look in the well so I can directly bless it with a more hands-on experience. So tie me up and toss me in.
Wow.
Sure, we'll go with that.
So you guys are going to
No,
tie
it's
the rope
not.
around her and lower her into the well?
Mm-hmm.
Are you bringing any kind of light with you?
Oh,
Other
wait.
than my
Do you ha-
sparkling personality.
You
Let's
you
see
don't
what I
have-
got.
You don't have night vision, do you?
Nope. I'm the only one in this party that does not have light vision or night vision. But let's see what stuff I
Lantern?
own.
It-
I mean, I have a cantrip of Sacred Flame. Let me see if that does what I think it does.
It doesn't.
if you have an adventurer's kit, you probably have a torch. But I have 10 torches if you need one.
You can always Sacred Flame the rope.
That's not a bad idea. I was gonna say I can't Sacred Flame myself. Ooh, oh no. Beacon of Hope does not give me any lighting. That just makes y'all. That seems dumb. Let's see. Nope, Sacred Flame is only for creatures. But I can see myself. Oh no, I don't want to give myself radiant damage. Never mind.
Can we just give you a lantern?
We have 50 fucking torches.
Yeah,
Okay. If there's water down there, wouldn't the lantern be more water resistant? Is my thought.
It would totally be more water resistant.
What would be more water resistant?
A lantern?
A lantern instead of a
lantern.
torch?
Mhm.
I do not have any lanterns, but apparently I am rolling in the torches.
No, my point is there's got to be a lantern somewhere, Jim. We're in a freaking church. Is there not a lantern somewhere?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Everybody look for a lantern.
I'm sorry.
Okay, give me a
Freya
perception
Price,
check with
excuse
advantage.
me.
Okay,
Freya.
who has the highest perception?
Why don't you roll it since it was
I
your
will roll
idea
with-
to look for it? See how that works? 24, you clearly find a lantern and a few old flasks of oil.
Okay, here. I give her the lantern, I tie a rope around her waist, and I lower her down
Do me a
into the
favor.
empty deck.
Give me a survival check to see how well you tie her up.
Oh no.
Who knows Shibari here? Make sure that's the person that is tying me.
Throw it all down the well. Oh no.
Okay, the 12 is not bad. I don't know what you're oh-noing. It's better than a less than 10. So you tie it around her waist, you hand her the lantern, or are you tying the lantern to, like having a foot of rope and then tying the lantern to the rope?
Sure, that seems like a good idea.
Above me? Yes, let's have it a little bit above me.
Yeah.
Because that seems like a safer option. But as I'm going down the well, since we have a bunch of looky-loos, I'm going to kind of like slowly like pageant wave with a creepy grin on my face.
And are you bringing the doll with you?
No, of course not. How
Well,
fucking traumatizing would that
Wait,
be?
should we ask it if... Oh, yeah, I guess it would be traumatizing. I was going to say we should ask her if she wants to come, but she probably said...
No, we're not going to take
Yeah.
the doll to her body. That you guys are terrible.
The
I'm a
worst
robot.
Inception moment ever. He's totally taken his head off and had out of body experiences before. It's fine.
Trixie has a good question.
Twigsy has a great question.
I don't
And-
know that she did, but we're
and-
trying it anyways.
No, the doll never did say that her body was in the well.
But I'm pretty sure we're gonna find something creepy in the well. And I, for one, am here about it. You know what? I think there should be more than a foot's distance between me and the lantern. Because I do need to, once I get to the water, I'm going to have to go into the water. I will have to swim. You guys are acting super silent. You like you didn't.
They're slightly terrified that you're being handed, sent down there like, anglerfish bait.
Are you not?
To the Wiki-woos, what do we say? Should I say, like, nothing to see here?
No, we told them that I'm going to go. Freya has asked me to bless their water source directly.
All right.
Well, that's what the rope's for, so you don't drown.
Yeah.
Right, but like we were talking about tying the lantern to the rope, we need to have it be a little bit more than. It needs to be higher than a foot from me, so I have room to dive into the water.
That's what we're doing. We're tying it up enough that it's not going to interfere with you going under the water.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys lower her down.
Yes.
So you lower her down about 20 feet as she's looking around in the hole. And you sense the water's about a good another 30 feet down there. Give me a perception. God, you've got a lantern. You, because you're in the hole.
But there's nothing to see in a hole. How crazy are you talking?
Might be something.
I think I found whatever it is.
Wow, natural 20.
Yes. Plus an little extra because reasons.
So when you start going down the well, you're kind of like slowly being dropped down. The rope is slowly turning in a lazy spin. So you feel kind of queasy seeing the rope spin like it is, and then you kind of realize that there's lots and lots of rocks that have been used to reinforce this well hole. And about when you hit the 40-foot mark. The water's kind of coming up, but they're lowering you nice and slow, so it's not a problem. You start to see in the walls of the well, there seems to be letters scratched.
Ooh,
You want to climb up your rope a little to get closer to the light to light it up?
Yeah, I would love to read these letters.
Okay, give me a religion roll.
I really hope this cleric can do a good religion roll. Ooh.
As you do a great religion roll, as you start squinting and you hold the lantern a little closer to the wall to get a clearer view of it, and you realize that someone once upon a time, you can't tell for sure the age of it, scratched religious sayings, like little one-sentence words in this, like using a sharp rock against the well's walls.
What kind of religious sayings am I reading?
Basically, it's holy scripture.
Like, okay, but like, is it like "Blessed be the meek," blah blah blah, or is it "God is full of wrath"?
As you start to turn around and look, you notice that someone was drawing it in a very hard, way. It looks like someone was scratching one scratch at a time each letter. And it starts with "Forgive them, for they know not what they do."
Ah, remorseful death scripture.
And
Got
then
it.
you get more scripture along the lines of that it is for the Lord of Light to vanquish those he for their tribe.
Okay,
Blame
so
not the common people, but those that choose to take the action of inaction when they should work for the common good.
I think my psychic powers tell me it's going to be Daddy, not or Grandpa, or I guess this little girl isn't related to Daddy and dead daughter, but
Well, remember, you were told the priest was tossed down the well.
yeah, no,
Oh,
that's kind
yeah.
of what I'm thinking. The priest because of his daughter, right? Or no, was that the governor's daughter?
It would be the old governor's daughter.
Okay, and the priest got thrown down here. All right, well, let's keep on. Well, okay, you know what I want to know with my amazing perception. Is there any like anything that implies that the walls have been added to in any points of the well where I'm at, or is it like a straight well?
It's pretty much a straight up and down well.
Okay,
It's
so there's not any parts of the walls that look like it's been added to in any sections.
not the layers change, so because this is like a 300-year-old well. It's been fixed, repaired. There's patches, but
But
you do
nothing, there's no like
notice
weird lumps.
no weird lumps. No one was walled up inside the well, if that's what you're implying.
That is what I was checking.
However, you do see that clearly, even though it's been mildly worn with time, so the natural scum that would grow on the sides of the well, you see slight indents of fingernails climbing the rocks.
Okay.
And about every 3 feet or so, obviously some kind of like slip of hand marks scratching the wall going down towards the water. Someone's
Okay.
climbing and then they fail. Nobody wants to be
Oh,
in water long enough to be climbing with an advantage 50-foot well.
okay. So I am. You said I'm about 40 feet down, and so you said 50 feet well. So there's like 10 feet of water underneath me.
There's 10 feet till the water underneath you. And you
10
do
feet.
know with your keen eyes that that water seems to be deep. Deeper than 20 feet. You can tell that for sure.
Okay. So.
As you clearly see with your keen natural that the water looks to be more than 20 feet deep, but there is that annoying illusion of water until you get in there. You don't really know for sure. And you see lumps of things covered in just the usual well refuse and soot, or I should say sediment.
Is the water with my light? Is it pretty clear?
It's fairly clear, yeah.
What are the? Do I have to roll again to see the size of the lumps?
From the trick of the light, they look like there's a adult human sized lump, and there's a small halfling sized lump, and then there's something that's about the size of a pumpkin.
What kind of pumpkin?
A regular Halloween pumpkin, so about the size of a basketball.
So I'm interested in 2 out of those 3 of those lumps. But the water is deep, you say?
The water
I
is at
think
least 20 feet deep.
I think I have to be reckless here. I think once I'm as lowered as far as I am lowered, I am going to have to untie myself from this rope and dive.
Ooh.
Who's holding the rope?
Good
I'm
question.
assuming our ranger is, since she lowered her down.
That makes
Yeah.
So
I mean,
how do
she
you
never
react
did
to-
say stop, so she could be still lowering her as we speak.
So once I get to the water, I would like to, I'll holler up when I get to the edge of the water. Hey, here's a good space to stop.
Okay, then I stop.
As her
And
toes are
I
starting
do
to
not
dibble
have
in the
mage
water.
hand because why would I have something useful like that, Brittany?
Did we lower her in a bucket? No, we lowered her.
You
just
tied the rope
directly
around her
down
waist and lowered her
and
down.
lowered her down.
So that means at any point you can always toss the bucket in behind her. Granted, she's got the rope, but you got a bucket to throw at her.
Throw her in a bucket. Well,
Only compared to me, our bucket's huge. So yeah, I'm at the water, and I'm going to untie myself, and so the water. As soon as I hop in the water, there's going to be a little bit of disturbance, I'm sure. I would like to aim for the. Worst case scenario, I'd like to make the best choice possible. So I would like to aim for the halfling sized lump first.
You're going to swim down there with all your might?
Yes. I'm assuming you're going to make me roll for something. I don't know if you're going to have me. I don't have swim.
That would be athletics.
Athletics? Are you sure it's not survival?
Nope, that would totally be a swim. Survival, surviving the hypothermia that you get afterwards.
Why is Twigsy in the well and not me?
Because that was the mini I grabbed by.
A 14 doesn't seem too bad of a swimming athletics check.
14 is pretty good.
I thought so.
So you swim down about 20 feet, realize that you're getting closer, but it is pitch black. As soon as you got away from that lantern, it got dark fast.
Okay.
Wait, did you just leave the lantern back there?
I mean, it's attached to the rope higher up than I was.
Yeah.
And it's not like the lantern's waterproof.
True.
As she takes the lantern in the water and it goes.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea. I mean, I'm making a bad decision right now, but I'm trying to be smart with my bad decision.
Makes sense.
Well, so I think I assumed that it was going to get dark. So, and I'm aiming based on what I saw with my swim.
Okay, so give me a perception with disadvantage as you're swimming down in the darkness. Wet, getting colder the deeper you go. You've gone at least 20 feet down. You're feeling the burn in your chest.
Oof. Okay, but my second roll. So my disadvantage is my second roll.
It's the lower of the two, which is your first roll, which is a 4. As you go and you get this uncomfortable feeling that that you may die down here.
Well, that's not the feeling I'm hoping for. I was hoping to touch something and pull it back up.
As you're groping around and you're feeling the walls, and you get this moment where you're just completely discombobulated under the water because the cold is kind of confused you of which way is up. Only someone has prestidigitation or light.
Do I have prestidigitation? That doesn't sound like something I would have taken. Let's be honest.
That's true. That's very true. So you are swimming uncomfortably long and hard, and your chest is starting to hurt. Give me one more perception before you feel that you have to turn around and get more air.
I don't know why I closed my character sheet to roll.
Because it's like
Probably
closing your character's eyes. You're afraid of the answer.
I'm just full. I'm not persuasion. I would almost click persuasion because apparently I'm gonna follow Twigsy's idea of persuading the water I belong.
Okay, so you're swimming for you don't know how long, and you get to what you think may be the bottom as you feel a large man-sized lump, and your hands kind of wash the silt. You wave your hands, and the silt kind of flows off it as you feel this slimy texture. You're kind of groping in the darkness.
Okay, so I touched the man. Is it? Can I like grope next to the man for one of the other smaller lumps, or is he my only shot?
You can grope for one of the other lumps. By the way, as you grope the man-sized lump, you actually rub your hands against something that feels like coarse hemp rope.
Should
As if
probably hang on
someone
to
had
that.
tied him up. And you
Mm.
feel a strand of rope probably underneath his body.
Okay, so it's like tied around him.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Or her.
But there is loose loops of rope as you start to feel around.
Okay. I'm going to kind of loosely hold on to one of those with one hand and try to grope around with the other. I'm hedging my bets right now.
Okay, you kind of one hand fondling around for something. Give me a perception check.
I keep wanting to click persuasion. I think I need to persuade something.
Persuade the water, not drown.
Yes.
Okay, so you feel around, and you feel the pumpkin shaped object as you realize you put your hand around the back of it, and then you move your hand forward, and your fingers pop into it with
Oh.
kind of a slimy texture. As you are pretty sure you just stuck your fingers into his eye sockets of some kind of skull.
Ew.
Okay. Well, that was a decision I made.
As you're choking, give me a cons.
Brittany wants to be an octopus and jump in after me.
Aww.
It's very
I think
nice.
that's an excellent idea. Because I think I need some help.
As immediately as me, just this moment of panic as she realized she just put her fingers in someone's skull, and there's still some meaty bits in there thanks to the cold. As she just does the whole, and a bunch of bubbles come blasting out of her mouth and nose as she screams.
So apparently, eyeballs in my fingers is my line because I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess I was traumatized when we accidentally killed that family, so I guess eyeball fingers is an acceptable thing for me to freak out over.
So one thing I do got to ask, Britt, this tiny little octopus you're wanting to turn into, what's its strength?
Strength, small, speed, perception, dark vision. Huh.
As does that mean Twigsy is diving out of the well and shapeshifting into an octopus on the way down? Well, the strength would have been to drag your friend up.
Oh.
Apparently, she doesn't care that I'm bubbling for air. She's just coming to explore with me.
Okay, so Twigsy climbs up the little stool that's conveniently at the side of the well to help little old ladies get the bucket down the hole. And she puts her hands on her nose like she's ready to hold her breath. And she dives into the well. And as she's falling down the 50 feet, she's changing and undulating into an octopus. Not a giant octopus, mind you, but a regular sized octopus.
Oh,
As you guys on top of the well just hear a sploosh, and with the lantern down there, you see the water agitate at the top.
I was like, who are we doing this for?
It's like I heard her for a second. I'm very confused.
What's that?
I thought I heard Brittany for a second. I was
Me too.
I thought we did too. I was excited for a moment.
Yeah, I was too.
I'm glad that you guys all heard it, and it's not that I'm going. Okay, well, I might be going crazy, but not about hearing.
I was already crazy. I mean, I'm officially crazy on paper and everything.
Ooh, they gave you a certificate? How lucky.
Yep.
As there's a
Look at that.
splash.
A black splash.
Obviously, the octopus must have inked herself.
With excitement, she's joining the adventure.
As she is swimming down, as conveniently I need to get the right tool to pop up. There we go.
That is the prettiest octopus thing I've ever seen.
And she swims down and clearly sees there's like an offshoot here. It's just small enough that a small sized creature or a tiny octopus to go that direction. And then she comes swimming down, and there's this wall of bubbles that, of course, smell oddly like Esme's breath. Don't ask how Twigs now knows it.
She knew beforehand. Don't make it weird.
But I'm probably sure that Esme's woke up with Twigsy on her chest before smelling her breath.
We travel together. We all know what our morning breath smells like. Toothpaste doesn't exist in this world, I'm pretty sure.
So much for charcoal in a stick. So, Brittany, as Twigsy gets down here, she clearly sees that Esme is kind of lost her breath. And she has a rope in one hand, and she has her hands and a skull like a bowling ball in the other.
That's okay, Brittany. You see me with a skull bowling ball and a rope in my hand. What you doing?
And since you do have dark vision 30 feet, by the way, there's the large human-sized lump that has, obviously, you can see now that she's disturbed it. It's got a rope wrapped around it. And she's got the end of the rope where it looks like it was either cut or frayed. You're not quite sure in this situation yet. And
can you check the other stuff after you save me from dying?
you see Esme make this panic look as she's drowning in the darkness, and now there's an additional mysterious current around her. Octopus tentacles brushing up. And something else down there. As the halfling-sized lump down there, with your keen, creepy octopus eyes, you can see that the lump is moving.
Oh no!
With Esme kicking her feet and churning up the water, it starts to get cloudy, but you can clearly see the medium-sized lump is moving. Slow, fluid motion. Kind of not really focused, but kind of just, randomly groping out and about. Sort of like Esme. The two shapes are groping in slightly different directions. It's only a matter of time before they grope the same direction.
Huh. lucid enough to shake free the bowling ball attached to my hand?
Yeah, you can totally let go of the skull.
I would like to do that. I think I'm gonna go for take it onto the other rope, to the rope I'm attached to. What I'm assuming is Priesty dude.
That sounds like a good assumption. And Brittany, to answer your question, the rope is dangling above the water's top.
So you had to pull me to the top of the water.
And you clearly saw that she just exasperated a ton of bubbles. No good can come from an air breather blowing that many bubbles underwater.
Too bad there's not a mermaid that can kiss me and give me underwater breath.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't think it works like that.
It does in some mermaid lore.
From a certain point of view, as she totally puts one of her octopus gear flukes on you and blasts water into your mouth.
That doesn't seem like a good idea. Let's not do that.
That sounds bad.
Wow. And as Esme lets go of the skull, immediately you feel a handful of suckery tentacles reach out and start groping you.
Oh no.
Oh,
And
no.
thankfully, you kind of shrug it off as they all pop loose, but you clearly know that something without bones and suckers just tried touching you.
Maybe it got really happy that I gave it its skull back. So, with her grabbing me, like her athletics isn't pretty amazing. But like, if she is it enough to like push me the right direction, at least?
I mean, you can totally swim. I mean, that's something you can do
Okay.
is swim.
Okay, well, I would like, yeah, I just feel like I need a little bit of like a push back up the right direction. And then I would, obviously swimming with dead guy in one hand to get to the air.
So, what is your constitution modifier?
My constitution modifier is Uno.
1.
Yes. So I can hold my breath for 2 minutes.
Well, that was before you
Oh,
let your
forever
breath out.
ago. That was before I emptied my lungs, which is kind of why I want her to use her whatever, like however good of an athletics roll that is, just to kind of like push me the right direction up.
So you can totally push off the floor of the well and try to go up. Give me an
Okay.
athletics check. This would be a perfect time for a natural 20 to say that you tipped off
You
the bottom.
shut your dirty mouth.
I'm
I
trying
do
to
not
help you make it
need you to.
happen.
That's cursing me.
No,
I mean,
it's
that's not a
not.
bad athletics.
If I said 1, that would be cursing you.
No, if you talk too great about me, then you're setting me up for failure.
Okay, so you kip off the bottom and you push yourself forward. And you get to
And
about right there. As you got
Where's
one
there?
hand holding the rope and you're swimming with one hand as fast as you can. As
Is
you
this
feel.
where?
What's that?
Where's there? Where's there?
Right here, the very bottom of the picture.
Do I
See the
really
bit-
not have it zoomed out enough? Oh, okay.
And it says you kip up and you realize that it's more cold, dark, wet. You don't know how far you are. In your breath, you caught up to one of your bubbles, but not enough to swallow it.
Glub glub.
Okay. So what
Um,
is Twigsy going to do?
Hmm.
Twigsy Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope.
As Twigsy clearly knows that she is at least, what is this, 570?
God damn.
It almost sounds like Brittany coughing.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We hear you.
Yes. We've been hearing you, sort of.
I thought I was going crazy.
I thought it was the voice of the afterlife that Esme was hearing.
I guess my mic on my phone works when my headphones are plugged in. Who knew?
That's fantastic.
Well, in that case, be careful what you say.
Because I was
trying
like,
to
we
like a
told.
dolphin or something. I could hear you, but I was talking to somebody else because I had to fix their timesheet.
Make sure you get those monies.
We totally thought we heard. I was like, I totally hear Brittany. Why do I hear Brittany?
You're all crazy. Oh, I'm gonna turn into a giant seahorse and swim down, and she can hold me, and I'll swim back up.
That is
Ooh.
glorious.
And what are the stats for a giant seahorse as she uses her bonus action to shapeshift? As she just puts the link for D&D on. She's looking for something that can run really fast.
I can do 1/2 CR.
We totally blip over to Seahorse. See that Seahorses have a speed of 40, which means if she dashes in Seahorse form, she might be able to, wait, what's the size of a Oh!
It says giant.
Seahorse is large. Good thing this tunnel is the size that it is, because it's just barely enough for a seahorse to take up the entire space.
I can be a tiny seahorse.
Let's not be too tiny. I'm better with giant than tiny in this particular animal.
Okay, I'm gonna swim down to me as quick as I can.
Well, she actually swam past you.
Oh well, I'm gonna hit her so she holds on to me, and then we're gonna swim
up.
Okay, and are you going full swim speed?
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally having a hard time finding a seahorse. I typed in seahorse and there's all these waters on.
That seems accurate for us, though.
That's just.
So let me zoom in on that image. That's like it looks like a griffin.
The closest I can get you.
It was that or a reef shark. But I feel like the seahorse is better for vertical
5,
ascent.
30, 35, 40. So basically, you run up and you ram into Esme, and you're pushing her up as fast as you can travel. Esme's got the rope in her hand. It's slowly reeling out behind you. There's barely room for the rope in the spot. Are you dashing all the way to the surface using your action another move?
Yes.
Okay. So as the seahorse is just about to push you up, you notice that the rope gets caught.
Okay.
Just before your head breaks the water, the rope stops you. Are you going to let go of the rope, or are you going to keep holding on to it? Try to do an athletics check to pull the body 5 feet up. Humans.
I risked my life to pull something back up. I am going to roll my athletics.
Okay, go for it. Worst that happens, you roll a 1 and sink down to the bottom.
Oh my God, Jen, why?
Woo, woo, woo.
So
Woo.
you roll a freaking 19 as you grunt when this seahorse pushes you and you burst through the water. The light from the lantern is cascading all around your wetness. You gasp in the air and spit out a cough of water as you realize the rope you're holding has a lot of weight to it. So obviously you've brought the corpse up at least a few feet. as you're gasping for air, realizing that at the end of this round, you could have started dying.
I think I was prepared for that when I dived into the when I untied my waist. Don't you think I was prepared for that?
I don't.
As you clearly have the light of the lantern there, you're holding the rope, and you notice the edge of the rope that you're holding is really badly, like, it looks all dry raw. Looks like the rope wasn't cut with a clean gash. It looks like it was a rotten old rope and it broken to.
Do we need a new rope?
Is it still heavy?
It is still heavy. You've got something at the end of this rope.
Okay. So now that we've burst up and I am floating, I'm going to tell Brittany, because she saw that little cavey thing. I'm going to be like, hey, thank you for pulling me up. Do you want to see if there's anything not around the squiggly guy that's worth looking at? And then she can maybe go explore that little cave? Not as a seahorse, or is she stuck at a seahorse?
How many more shapeshifts do you have for the day?
That is my last shapeshift. We'd have to wait until tomorrow.
I mean, it's not like they're going anywhere.
Obviously, whatever was down there has been down there a while. She can attest for the way the eyes are all mushy.
Ugh.
Okay, well then I guess.
Esme want to tie the rope in her hand to the rope that's dangling down in front of her.
That's exactly what I was gonna do. Actually, that's exactly. I was gonna like, all right, I'm gonna tie these two ropes together and do
Okay.
the tug
I mean,
for pulling back.
Give
If
me.
we wait, we can come back tomorrow and I can octopus down and then tie more ropes to stuff because I have a good dex. So I could like sleight of hand not checks on stuff and we could pull them up tomorrow with more rope.
True. Go ahead and give me a survival check, and let's take a quick break. I have to use the.
Okay.
Survival. Did I press the button? Did it succeed? I don't think I.
No.
Okay.
That is
Fuck me.
Can I give the help action because I know how to tie knots?
I don't know that you're not in the water with me, so I don't know that you can help me tie a knot.
Damn it.
50 feet away.
Curses.
I mean, I could because we're in the water together.
Yeah, you could be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Let me tie this, you dum dum."
I need my hands to slap you.
All right, so that's what we'll tell Jim we did when we get back. When he gets back. What the fuck is that spell I have? Why do I have a spell I don't recognize? I need to find it. Because it's in my action. Let's see.
Oh, when I get to level 8, I can be a giant octopus.
I think I'm going to find a reason to use this, but I think I want to use it to intimidate or to like priest at people. You guys think?
You should do it like you're asking your gut for protection and then use that spell.
Right, like right before I have a sermon, like cast the spell and just have like a bunch of hovery like angelic people like creatures around me, and then just like be like, oh yeah, these are my good bodyguards from Freya. She thinks I'm badass. Y'all
I
should be
just imagine
better.
it like Raiders of the Lost Ark with all those spirits floating around.
Yes, yes. Oh man. Oh man. What are my notifications? My Skype email address, which is my Hotmail email address, just reminded me that yesterday was my ex-husband's birthday, which my kid reminded me because he wanted me to spend a bunch of money on his Padre.
What did
That's
you
definitely
do?
awkward.
It's super awkward. I do not recommend spawning with someone that you are not going to have forever ties. But also, you can't really control that in all situations, so sucks to suck.
Very true.
And I am reading my work emails, which is a terrible decision. I'm training these 2 people at work, which are going to be fantastic. They're going to be absolutely fantastic. But that means I'm spending my entire workday training them and not doing my job.
Yeah, that is tough.
Today I left work almost like over an hour late because that was like the only time I had all day to myself to do my job was an hour after I was supposed to go home, or that hour like when I was supposed to go home for an hour.
Ugh.
At least I'm not salaried.
That's true.
Ew, that thing's gonna try to attack me. What is that? That looks like... So, Jim, since you're back and you're rolling, we decided that Brittany was like, you can't tie this. What's wrong with you? And she took over tying.
So unfortunately,
plan's
in her seahorse shape, she can't really do that. And as you start to tie your beautiful halfling knot, this is apparently the knot that your father told you that every halfling before him used to keep things safe that were precious. And you really just realize it's one of those old people knots that it's just like...
Did I do bunnies?
You did not do bunnies, and it's mostly because this cheap rope has been soaking for 2 years. Oh well, and as soon as you tie it, like an inch past where you tie this uber knot that looks huge and atrocious, it just goes rip snap and goes plummeting back into the depths.
Oh no. Well, now I risked my life for absolutely nothing, so that's exciting.
On the plus side, it did not take the rope up above with it. That would have been bad.
That is better. That is a so okay, well, I'm confused though, because the body I grabbed was tied up. How the heck was he trying to climb?
There's more than one.
Oh my god. This town drowns the people it disagrees with and then drinks their body water.
Ew.
Ew.
I think we need to let people know, please don't drink the water.
That's
The only
water
well
source.
for 20 miles.
I mean, they have to be cool with it at this point.
I mean,
I
no,
mean,
they're
we can
choosing it.
purify water.
I guess.
It's
They're
artisanal and
choosing
shit.
this.
Do they know that there's okay?
Well, they told you that story where a guy was tied up and thrown in the well for lulls, and when they tried to pull him up, there was a... Oh wait, they didn't tell
It's
you that
like
part.
it's like the Red Ghost of Arizona, where they tied the guy to the camel and then he was stuck as a skeleton on the back until somebody shot him. It's a true story.
I did not know that story.
I didn't either.
Yeah, it's the Red Ghost of Arizona. People would see a camel with a skeleton just in the desert, and they thought it was like a demon, but it was an actual camel that somebody got tied to, and because they thought it would be funny because the guy was terrified of camels, and the camel escaped with him, and he died on the back of it.
I mean, that sounds like humans. Humans are terrible. That sounds like a terrible joke gone exactly the way I expect it to.
And the worst part is the camel said, I had that itch for years.
Hey, the camel's traumatized. Dude died in living his own nightmare. And then the rest of the people that saw him, instead of trying to like take him off, was like, oh my God, it's my own personal nightmare. Apparently I'm scared to death of camels.
It was when they were building the railroads through Arizona. So we had a bunch, like the army had a bunch of camels in Arizona because it's the desert.
It was a good place for camels.
Yeah, we had actual cavalry divisions that were camel based instead of horse based.
I went to the zoo recently, and I feel like the captured camel being stuck giving spoiled kids a ride is kind of a terrible thing. And apparently my kid wanted to be one of the spoiled kids.
Well, when you're a kid, it's amazing and awe-inspiring. When you're an adult, it's just kind of...
So I lost my dead body guy. Sad face. Can I just like grab the rope and try to be pulled back up, or do I need to retie myself to it?
With that natural one, the rope disappeared into the dark waters.
The rope to get me out.
Oh yeah, that you can totally just hold on to or tie yourself up. You may just want to hold on to it.
Yeah, I feel like I don't trust my knot tying skills right now, so I'm just gonna like hold on, like do the tug, the universal tug for let me up, and then just hold on and probably grab my seahorse friend too.
Do you have prestidigitation?
No, I do not. I don't have anything
knots
like that.
with prestidigitation. That gives you a bonus to holding on or climbing on rope.
No,
Interesting.
I do not have it. But if you're a seahorse, you can grab a hold of my foot with your tail and come up
a
upside
large
down.
creature.
You would probably pull your ranger down the hole if your ranger tried to pull you and a large seahorse.
Yeah, I can just wait.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of strength, but I could probably be used as an anchor of some sort.
But gladly,
sit
a
on the outside.
halfling and a gnome are super lightweight. They're not even a person's worth of weight. They
That's
are
true.
too easy to pull up. Okay, so you
But
shapeshift back into your gnome phase there, Twigsy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Talia.
And then we can hold on to each other.
Yeah, I'll so I need to roll to pull him up.
Give me an athletics check. Don't.
Can I have a help
tugs.
from our mechanical friend?
Your mechanical
Yes.
friend can totally give you advantage on the roll.
Thank God. Okay, because I am not good with athletics.
I need to roll
Especially
athletics.
since all of a sudden you felt like a lot of weight on the line, and then all of a sudden it went back to only like 30 pounds on the line. You're just like, whoa, weird.
All right, I just rolled.
I think you succeed in pulling us up.
So you guys clearly do the whole arm over arm over arm, and you pull them up, and you grab both of your little friends and plop them out. They both, are soaking wet with cold well water. Smells are teeth fresh. For the one hand on Esme that's kind of blackish look from slimy stuff on.
Ew. My hands are black from touching eyeballs?
Just the one.
Gross. Eyeballs are not supposed to make your hands black.
Or when they've been sitting at the bottom of a well for a year.
Jesus.
The cold helps preserve the flesh, but not that.
But blood is red.
Yes, but silt is black. Just tell yourself the black stuff is fish.
Sure.
Even though you didn't see any fish down there.
I hope there's not fish in their drinking water.
Nothing wrong with drinking fish water.
They got so much stuff going on in their water at this point that
Yeah, I guess
like,
I
I don't
don't
know what
care
we're
about
talking
their
about.
drinking water.
I mean, you drank plenty of it last night, so everything's cool.
Oh, yeah. Gross. Gross.
Okay. So you pull her up, and people are kind of like seeing what the heck you were doing as the two little shorties come out of the lip of the well.
I assume it's been blessed, this water.
This water has been specially anointed and blessed. I feel like maybe some more prayers needed. Me and this well, we're not quite done.
Give me a deception with advantage. I mean, these people want to. They trust. Good thing you had advantage.
Right?
As some of the people are just like they start doing the holy symbols of the Lord of Light and the rest of the good gods, including, of course,
I was
Freya.
gonna say, I'm gonna raise my eyebrow at those using Lord of Light, and I want to, and the people that are doing Freya's, I'm smiling and nodding at.
As you know, they do their little thing and they're like, yes, yes, and of course, you know that guy comes out and says, everyone, clear out, clear out. Let the priestess do what she must to bless this well. After all, we've been drinking the water, and it's been unblessed for many, many years. As Esme looks at her little blackened hand and
I'm actually gonna kind of discreetly put that hand in my pocket just so it doesn't get drawn any attention to.
okay. You hide your brackish hand.
Why is that guy always up our ass? Like, I don't trust him.
Because whenever he's home in his big building with those towers, he's that Mrs. Kravitz, constantly at the window watching.
Well, I want to watch his ass. I want to go dig through his house and spy on him. But I don't know that that is actually a good idea. That's just what I would like to do.
Okay, so what is it that you are doing about telling your teammates? Especially now that Twigsy has mouth and ears. You're not underwater.
Right? I would love. Too bad. Too bad you can't. No one has the ability to make me shapeshift. I could be a fly, and I could sit on his hat that I imagine he has. I could hang out with him all fucking day.
Should have been a druid.
This is the. I am purposely not a druid this game because I'm always a druid.
and even her druid's not that kind of druid.
No, she's a fire druid this time around.
Fire.
Fire, fire, fire. So, okay, so how long were we in the water?
Like less than a minute.
Really?
Yeah. All that drama and tension of being in the dark and water, you lost track of the distance.
Wow. Okay, so I guess I want to tell my friends how I accidentally turned a skull into a bowling ball, how I tried to grab the body of what seemed to be the priest, and then there was something squirmy down there. Is Twigsy going to talk about that offshoot branch that we should kind of maybe explore?
Yeah, I'm going to say we should come back tomorrow. Because I can't wild until tomorrow.
So Twigsy's
Okay.
totally saying we need to take a long rest and come back here tomorrow.
So it sounds like I get to do more church.
That's what you want to do. You can always leave
Obvious.
town in the middle of the night.
Not if we're coming back tomorrow to jump in their well. So I think that maybe we can go. I think we need to not interrogate the dolly, but have a conversation with her and see if we can figure out some of her last memories.
The dolly just says, "You're all wet."
Might as well
Mommy
get-
says to stay away from the well.
Why?
The well's not safe for little children to play in.
What does that have to do with her last memories?
That's just, she saw you playing in the well.
How did she see us playing in the well? We left her at the church.
I see everything now.
Oh no.
You lit my candle.
Sounds like you're best friends.
I like warm hugs.
Not creepy at all. So you guys head back to the church and start talking to the creepy doll?
Yeah,
And you
That's
ask
what
her
I think
about
we
her
should do.
last memories?
that's what I would like to do unless someone has a better idea. Don't you all start at once talking about ideas better than my ideas.
No, I mean, let's just go to the church. Let's spend the night, and then in the morning, when Twigsy can use her spells again, we will revisit seeing what's at the bottom of that well.
I don't think I breathe, so if I could get down there, I mean, but then I probably wouldn't be able to get back out.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, no.
Didn't you say you're like 230 pounds?
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
300
don't.
300
I
pounds.
wouldn't be able to pull you back up. We barely got these two up, and they're tiny.
As you have to recruit some of the biggest farm hands out there.
Do they is there anyone in town that can like make a winch or anything, and we can say it's like for new blessed well water?
Yeah,
Do we have
you
any
could totally
in the
ask. I
town?
mean, these are farm folk. I mean, they're if nothing else, the tower building that's got some of the anti-vampire weapons on the outside, it's got wenches aplenty. I mean, you could totally ask somebody to say, "Do you have a wench to make our life easier?"
Can we go back to the name Winches Aplenty?
Wenches aplenty. Mm, now with 50% more wench.
Only 50% more winch?
Only 50% right now. It's still COVID. Wah, wah.
Is there really COVID in feudal times?
Yes,
I
it's
mean,
called
yes, there
vampirism.
was.
Oh.
It's called COVID-19 because this is a strain from 2019, but it's been something that's been with us for probably a long time. Various strains.
So in Dungeons and Dread feudal vampire town, we also have COVID-19.
Where do you think the Revenant came from?
Rich, terrible people.
Like Grandma Revenant?
Yeah, Grandma Revenant.
Yes. Whoopsie, I missed curriculum night at my son's school.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
But that's okay because those terrible people decided that they were going on my last year. They were going to say that I covered their ass too bad last year, so they instead wanted to kick me off of my last year as the board chair for trunk or treat, so they could do it themselves without me, because me doing all this shit and cleaning up their messes with balls they dropped is means I made the event that had like 900 people a failure last year.
Oof. It's
It
called
was Monday.
scapegoatism.
You know, what it is a bunch of rich people that go on vacations on boats together, and like hang out together on their boats, I guess. I just don't fit in with them, so the cool kids are gonna take over my event. Whatever.
The only thing you can say is good luck to them.
You know, I was gonna put in my one last year, and then my kids hopefully not gonna even be here the entire school year, but they don't get my last year. Apparently, just F them.
Too bad. How sad for them.
It does. I've put like 5 years worth of work into it, but you know, whatever.
Delete all the files, everything.
Hey, we can hear you.
No, I'm actually going to hand them over 5 years worth of information and let them sift through and find what's valuable.
But of course, change every name to unnamed file.
New file 1, new file 2, new file 3.
Ooh, trunk or treat 1, trunk or treat 2.
Okay, so we sleep, we
Okay.
wake up.
Is that your
What
plan?
happens?
You guys lock yourselves up in the church?
What time is it when we're done with this?
It's like 5 in the afternoon.
Do you want to go back to that weird guy's house?
Probably.
The woodsman? I mean, he's a great guy.
Sure, I mean, if you'll have us.
Yeah, he seems like a good.
Maybe we can get more stories out of him.
Couldn't hurt. I feel like the church is even though we secured it, it's still not probably secure.
It does seem very insecure.
Are the church walls wood or stone?
They are wood.
Because I have the little bowl wood, don't I?
You do.
So we can come back tomorrow and I can mold wood and actually make a whole side of a wall.
Yeah, well, let's come back tomorrow.
Okay, so is there anything fancy you guys want to do during the evening before it is dark?
I'm gonna try. I want to hunt for some game to bring fresh game.
Okay, give me a survival check with disadvantages. Realize game is sparse here. I mean, the food should be aplenty for the squirrels and the rabbits and bunnies, but Trixie says food is sparse, so I'm going AFK. And that stands for after fucking kids. The second white meat. That's why gnomes live long times, but don't overpopulate the world. But your amazing huntsman skills do turn up a few nice bunnies for dinner. You are easily able to satisfy the food requirements for your team as well as your host if you'd like to volunteer your bunnies.
I would.
Okay. So you guys go to his house, and the woodsman is totally cool with you guys coming and crashing at his place again.
Are the people mad that they don't get church, or are they good with one-a-day church?
They're good with one-a-day church.
All right.
One more than they've been having.
I mean, the mere fact they have a spiritual leader here that obviously has abilities to back up the hokum. I mean, the deep-seated religion. Yes, they've had traveling priests before, and they've now decided to be very, very particular.
Well, they have excellent taste since they love me. Do they seem attached to this name?
Which name?
Of their town?
The name of their town? You know what? Give me a investigate or persuade. You are interested in changing the town's name.
Investigation or persuasion?
Yes, either or. As obviously you hear the loud dragging sound of the old woodsman securing his building. As Twigsy and Esme come back from their fact-finding mission, the people are not sworn on the town's name. Even though quite a few of the old-timers are very traditional, and they think it's preposterous that anyone would change your name.
Okay, so there's opportunity here. That's good to know. Um, so is he? So we feed. So we're feeding him dinner apparently,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
while we're feeding him dinner, can I ask him if he has any like more stories about the community that we could hear?
As he clearly tells you, idle stories are plenty of this place. Many. Did you ever hear the one where all the warriors of our city went to the nearest castle board? And he looks at you all like, obviously you've heard this one before. And
Oh, I haven't heard it.
your mechanical friend has not heard the story. And he kind of like looks at the rest of you guys to see if his audience is interested.
I look at him and raise my eyebrows and smile like I'm ready for him to tell me more.
The castle, and he of course reached over and remember those maps you saw last time. He kind of pulls out a small ripped piece of a map, and you see just like the hint of the city is in a burned out spot, and he points up to the mountains that are just to the north. And up to the north there's an old castle that dates the age of. It was known as Hope, or the Lord of Light and his siblings. Of course, he quickly corrects to not insult you. Make sure he mentions that the Lord of Light is not the only one. Would keep this monastery safe, and their champions would use it as their retreat for when they needed to recover. And they would recover because they would hunt the beasts. Have you
Is this place
wondered?
still around?
Hmm?
Is this place still around?
From what we were told, the keep was destroyed when it was sacked by a death cult that worshipped Bang. And he kind of like, takes out that parchment he was doodling on earlier with you guys yesterday, and he kind of draws this symbol. It looks like a pair of fangs biting into the Lutheran cross kind of cross, where it's got the little.
Nice.
And he says they tried to get their undead master's attention by slaughtering anything that would repel their undead overlord. I bet you've wondered why you haven't seen any of the church's protective holy symbols on the highway.
Yeah,
These
I have.
lunatics damaged them beyond repair. Some of them they even pulled up and threw down into lakes and ponds and mires to make sure that their protective powers were useless to the
Damn.
damn
That's
lunatics,
hardcore.
I tell you. From what we were told, the death cults raided the castle and killed every living soul in it. And then the fool lunatics, if some of the stories I've heard are true, they killed themselves hoping to raise up as the
Damn.
because their fanged overlords seemed more irksome been impressed by their actions.
No, they're tough masters to please.
Some even say that their dark cult leader wielded a book of pure evil, a book that he wrote his own name into, bonded with. And if our cleric would like to roll religion, that evil book.
Yeah. Did he blood bond it or
Oh, give me a religion roll, and I might tell you more.
religion?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Freya Christ.
So, Freya Christ, because Freya doesn't like unnatural things, and of course her brother is like the antithesis of unnatural, deep, holy stuff, along with Paylor. You know for a fact he describes this book a few different times in a few different ways, and you know for a fact it is a evil, evil book of evil known as the Demonomicon.
Ooh,
Yes, it's totally the not Necronomicon of this dreaded world.
of course.
And you know that the Demonomicon has the names of true demons written on it. And when he describes the hint of the books, you can totally fill in the gaps that this book is clasped by the golden hand of a demon who's severed it just to keep his own name hidden and locked up.
Jeez.
And this evil treatise documents demons, which are fairly rare in this world, by the way. It's not that you see them that often. Good thing we have vampires to take their place. And this evil book, according to what your religious trainings taught you, which obviously it has, that this book recounts both the oldest and most current profanities of the abyss and demons.
Pretend that my brain turned off for like 3 minutes. This is just hanging out in that dude's hand?
If they killed themselves, that means it may be in the possession of some undead up in the castle, up in Fort Hope, or it could just be lying covered by the body of some crazy wacko cultist.
Okay. Okay.
It's good the book is lost.
Do you tell your friends about what this book is that he speaks of?
Obviously.
Uh-oh.
No secrets between friends. And I tell the old man too, since he told us the creepy story.
And do you tell them, since you rolled a natural freaking 20, do you tell the group how this evil cursed book is to be destroyed? At least according to the church?
Yes, but I make it very clear. According to the church, this is what happened to it. And I waggle my eyebrows like I'm implying the church is full of shit.
Ooh. Well, this includes your church.
I'm aware. I can believe in Freya and still think the church is full of shit.
So, according to the church records, by the Demonomicon, 6 different demon lords must each tear out a sixth of the book's pages, preferably the pages with their own names on it. If this occurs, the pages will magically read for hours. But before all of those pass, if anyone opens the book's remaining bindings, they will be transported to the lowest layer of the and lie hidden within them. At the heart of this deadly semi-sentient domain lies a long-lost artifact.
What's it called? The
It's,
artifact?
it is basically known as Urblu's staff. If the staff
I'm sorry.
is Urb
What's that name
Lou,
again?
that's URB apostrophe LUU. If the staff is dragged from the pocket plane, the tome is reduced to a mundane and quite out-of-date copy of a magic book. The work that serves as the foundation for the Demonomicon. Once the staff emerges, the demon lord Fraz Urblue instantly knows that someone has broken the curse on. I know.
So
I get
it's
choked up talking about evil demons.
So it sounds like to destroy the book, if we were to decide to do that, we would be triggering even more baddies coming after us. Or at least one big bad.
What is this? Can our priest roll an Arcana check? Is the staff attuned to this demon, or can someone else use it?
With the natural 20, I would require this. Basically, the staff is bound to the book. They both had the same owner originally. And the staff is basically a magic staff that connects the book to hell. Which is why one needs to remove the staff from hell to make this book destroyable.
Is Esme the one that's relating this to us?
Yes. She said she wasn't hiding it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, that seems like we would need to be quite powerful to do this.
To go visit hell just to destroy the book.
Our poor mechanical man
hell,
is shaking
it's a pocket dimension in a book. And that pocket dimension might have a lower CR than hell.
I'm so sorry. I left my pocket dimension passport in my other pants.
Should we go back and get those pants?
Go get your Abyssal Man pants.
I would like to adventure to hell. Sounds like a place I haven't been, and I like exploring new things.
Yeah, I mean, if we get my other pants, I'm not opposed. I just don't know how we're going to get to this pocket dimension.
So you just need 6 greater demon lords to pull out the pages. And the book will do the rest.
I know that Freya likes me. I don't know that she likes me enough to protect me from 6 demons at once.
You can always make a deal.
Could we dress up like demons and try?
As she explains to you that any mortal that tries to damage the book is powerless.
Hold on a second. There's 4 of us in game right now. Let's go find 2 townsmen, and I bet dollars to dimes that governor is one of them, and we are the demons, guys.
Oh,
it's
you've
all
been the demons the whole time.
metaphorically. It's all a metaphor.
The governor's not metaphorically a demon. I don't trust him as far as we could throw him. In my head, he looks like the dude from Pocahontas.
Ooh, that's a good look. I will accept that look. He looks down his nose at you snooty adventure type.
And that is why I give him such a hard time, because as soon as you just talked about him the first time, that's who popped in my head.
Then I put you in the right frame of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he basically says, but that's enough of tales of scary things here. How about you tell me some tales of where you're from? Is it true that Freya protects the southern lands, so no undead stalk there? As Freya drops her drink because she's like, oh, somebody's been telling tales.
Freya doesn't have magical lines of borders that she protects and doesn't protect. She protects all that are faithful to her and have the right state of and like have the best intentions wherever they are. This
And
plague is bigger than any god. This plague is because of the wickedness of man.
he kind of like just shakes his head and he's like, I was afraid that was the way. All people are doomed.
Yeah, but
Just
then we're
gave
not
this
talking
man
about the
no reason to
vampires.
live.
We're just talking about society in general.
I,
I think the vampires can be controlled, but we're still a wicked, wicked, wicked bunch of people.
I can only hope that someone of the purest heart, and he kind of looks with you with as he squints one eye and he loads his pipe and kind of looks at you with a half smile as he says it. Someone with a pure heart and a strong arm can beat the wickedness out of the
It'll take more than one person. What's in your pipe?
as he kind of like looks at you one last time. He says, "Hear the story of the eldest elf."
I would love to hear the story of the eldest elf.
Long ago, before the vampires rose up, there were great tribes of elves in the. And of course, instantly our ranger feels kind of heartsick because he knows there's a lot of half elves here, but not a lot of elves.
Yeah.
And this was, mind you, many, many generations before even me. But for this was before that age of the vampire, who sadly love the taste of elven. Some say that the vampires crave it because the first blood's given to them. There was evil, cursed man who walked these lands. He suffered a great loss and wished to feed vengeance upon all of humanity. He was a broken soul. His name has been lost, or at least to the stories I have heard. Perhaps one day you will know his name. But this dark and vile necromancer made friends. The demon promised him if he killed 100 holy men that he would teach him a secret, make vengeance and eternal suffering.
Jeez.
Jesus.
And after
Don't you
this,
think good stories?
Do we have any happy stories?
I thought he was going to tell us a happy nighttime story, not another murdery story.
then let me tell you of the story of the grandmother. This is an old story from back when the vampires were young
You
in these.
can't interrupt your story with a new
Ed,
story. Come
and
on.
he just gives you this old man toothless smile, like you're killing me, kid. You're killing me.
Ada somehow falls asleep even though he can't sleep.
I mean, I am committed to this killing 100 holy people story. I'm just like, I thought you were going to tell me something happy. This was not what I was here for. I mean, I'm here for it, but not what I was expecting.
And he looks at you and he's just kind of like chewing on his pipe. Give me a persuasion. Great roll. See if you can convince him to go tell the story after he was interrupted.
No, I don't think he's
As
persuaded. Shit.
as you start talking to him and he just looks at you and all of a sudden you hear this long snore start as he's fallen asleep with his eyes open and his pipe in his mouth.
That he was chewing on?
that he was chewing on.
Well, I guess I'm not going to ask to share that. Jesus. I'm going to look over to the first person that I see that makes eye contact and be like, he put himself to sleep with his story.
I think he willed himself to sleep. I think that was him willing himself to sleep. Out of
Right.
sure, what's the word?
Your
Stubbornness?
desperation?
Yeah, I think that too.
Well, if he's asleep, maybe we should go to sleep?
Probably.
Okay.
The sooner we sleep, the sooner we can get up and find out what's on the bottom of this freaking well.
Okay, so
I
morning.
don't want to find out what's in the wiggle bag. I want to find out what's in the hallway, though. The water hallway.
Well, we kind of have to find out everything, to be
Do we
honest.
have lots of extra rope?
Well, we found out that there's a fucking skull that if we want to introduce bowling to this town, it's the perfect example.
Because sometimes you need to invent Skull.
Hey guys, not only can I tell you about Freya, I can also introduce you a sport-like activity. Get your least favorite neighbor's skull and let's go rolling.
Not murder if you play with it after.
Ew.
Okay, so you guys
We go to sleep, Jim.
you
We
guys
go to
end up
sleep.
crashing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
soft, pleasant sounds of morning start coming through. The cracks of light start brightening as you realize the beautiful morning is here, and you hear a running sound outside the door, or it's been unlocked for the.
Okay.
Does
Oh,
anyone
no.
do anything?
Well, yes.
Watch for traps.
As you hear the knock, knock, knock.
Who's there?
As you just hear this old voice say, "Old timer, that doesn't sound like you. Have you finally forgotten yourself a woman?" And immediately, our key ranger voice.
Who is it?
Who
Natalia doesn't know because she hasn't played this game in a very long time. And
Who
she's tired.
gave you those notes delivered down south?
That person?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
look at that.
Remember you were making a shortcut to cut him off and meet him at the pass?
Ah.
We found him, or he found us.
I found a
Oh.
Helsing.
Well, we opened the door and said, fancy meeting you here.
We do not open the door.
Yeah, because then all those spikes fall and shit.
Well, we disarm the trap. And we do that.
Why don't we
open the
shake
door.
old dude open and be like, or
Do
awake
you want
and be
to
like,
say
hey.
anything to
Wait,
Lord
what
Kindervich?
time is it?
Well, yes, once
What
we
time?
open the door and
No,
say,
no. Is it
No.
nighttime?
It
No,
is
it's in the
daytime.
morning.
There's daylight coming
Oh,
through the cracks in the wood.
yeah, that's the whole point.
Well, hold on. I mean, I do think we should slow our roll. He implied that I'm old man's woman, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Are you jealous?
No, I'm glad he finally found a new woman.
New woman?
What's your name, child?
I can't be your friend's woman and a child, Grossy.
I'm gonna nudge the old man awake and then whisper to him, "Can you please disarm the trap so we can open the door?"
And he says, yes, it's daytime. It's time to come out. Time to be like the groundhog and show your face to the sun and blessing all the lords and ladies of light. Blessed be Freya. As he
And
gestures
Freya.
to Freya. and looks at you as he goes up and he pulls some ropes and he steps on a loose board that you hear, and you hear a resounding yelp outside. And he says, who's out there? Who's out there before I release the beehive and boil you in oil? And immediately you hear another crouchy voice say, shut up, old man. It's Kinderovich. And he kind of goes, Kindevich, you old scoundrel, you thief and liar. How do I know it's you and not just someone throwing your name around? And he just, starts whispering really quiet, and the old man puts his ear to the door and he's listening to something intently. Does anyone want to listen in on this?
Yes.
Give me a perception check.
Okay, give me a second. My character sheet
At
once again has
disadvantage.
closed. Of course.
If someone wants to
always-
aid you, it'll negate the disadvantage.
I will help.
As you all are bated breath listening. And with your solid 11 is a straight roll. You hit.
I said I would help.
And that's what negated the disadvantage. So it's basically the first roll is a straight roll. As you kind of hear him mention something about, I introduced you to your first wife and your second wife, you scoundrel.
How many wives have you had, buddy?
Do you ask him this?
Yes.
As he looks and says, I've lived a good long life. I've survived many things many men half my age couldn't. But I've had 5 wives in my lifetime. Each one more beautiful than the one before.
What were your wives' ages?
Let's see. When I was 20, I married a maiden of 21.
Oh, okay.
When I was 28, I married a maid who was only 19. If I married younger, I would be not cursed. And you hear this like boot stomping on the deck outside the door saying, hurry up! This morning dew is bad for my bone. And he's like, shut up, you old fool. I have to tell my story. When I married my third wife, I had retired from fencing and fighting and axe play. I was, he kind of like peels off, and he's feeling his vest for his pipe, which he clearly left in the chair by the floor. I was 35, and I spent a king's ransom to impress this girl. For she had birthing hips, very important to you. And she came from a long line of women. She was the 7th daughter of a 7th daughter. So I found that all to be lies, and she was nothing but a homeless, wandering vagabond who stole most of my fortune before she foolishly ran off into the woods. She didn't make it more than half a mile out of town. And worse, the damn undead took the gold she had with her.
Jeez.
Should add silver.
It's kind of sad and quiet. And and he kind of like does this count in his hand thing. He says, "Then my 5th wife was the daughter of my wife's cousin." And of course, he doesn't mention which wife, just the wife's cousin. And she lost all of her family that winter and decided to live with me. Thought to marry me rather than causing rumor mill to grind away the stones of truth into the powder of lies. Unfortunately, he only lasts.
While you're tell us the story. Can you continue to unlock the front door, please?
Oh, yes. And he pulls this plank down that's actually a secret lever and not just a decorative plank. And the door, clicks, and he pulls up the big reinforced bar that holds the door shut. And immediately the door opens up with a kick, and you see the glaring glow of sun glistening off the slightly balding gray-haired gentleman's head as he pulls off this very robust hat with large plumage and says, "My dear friend, Lord Kendovich graces your doorstep. I dare say," and he stops mid-word.
I sit there and I give him a cheeky smile. So fancy seeing you here.
And he looks at you and says, "Don't tell me you didn't deliver the note I."
We did, and things happened.
You fly here on the wings of griffins or rocks?
Druids.
Druids.
Ah, your little friend there, the one named after the stick. I knew she was a good companion for you. Keen are her eyes.
It's all stormy, guys. I might fall asleep to rain tonight.
Nice. Basically, the rain that was hitting us about an hour ago must have finally got to you.
Ooh, flash flood warning.
Yep, thankfully we had one of those for a couple hours. Around 5, it was really hitting us. And he proceeds to look at your friends and say, "Which one of them is the priest that the church sent? For I am Yon Kindovich." And he bows really deeply, and you can hear this like creaky sound that's obviously his bones. And some of his fancy jewelry clinking together.
Does he want Jocelyn or Esme?
That's what I'm thinking. I think he wants Jocelyn. So I guess I'm going to be like, I'm not a priest, but I'm a cleric, a priestess of Freya. And I'll shake his hand.
He gladly shakes your hand and he says, "Ah, excellent. Priestess of Freya is what we need for some good ass kickery in the north. None of those Lord of Lights mumbling from the candle-filled rooms. We need a priestess of a proper war goddess. We need to charge the north and rid this world of the darkness." And he proceeds to like reach into his very large, robust coat and his very robust, patterny vest and whips out a book that's about 6 inches by 4 inches and hands it to you with a robust handshake. You know, it's that whole puts it in your hand and then clasps your hand with both his hands as he shakes it. Says, "Mind the second page. Don't read the magic glyph that I have put there. It won't be good for anyone within 5 feet."
Did the rest of us get this?
Yeah. So how about I introduce him to everyone else, especially in like, I think because he's a hoity-toity man, I want him to pay attention to our robot friend.
I want a full-on Narnia Santa Claus experience.
As you know, he proceeds to go around the room, clasping each of you and introducing himself to you that he is both lore master and monster hunter extraordinaire. He does the
And I'm
big,
like, I know you already.
"Yes, but your friends do not. They lack your proper monster hunting upbringing. You know that who I am and what I am are not the." He kind of gives you a winky face. That give me an insight.
Me?
You, yeah.
Okay.
You have experience with him.
So I could, if I have experience, does that give me advantage?
Yo.
Damn it.
As he seems to be hiding something when he listens. Something that you've never quite seen before, you're noticing now.
Roll good, roll good.
I rolled a 15.
You rolled pretty good.
That's pretty good.
You have this basic sense that all may not be right with him.
Oh no.
As he then, of course, asks about your dear mechanical friend, please
Yeah,
tell me about yourself. Are you
Well-
crafted by those tinker gnomes?
Oh, I wish I could tell you who crafted me. I was found by children with no memory of my creation. I do like to hunt vampires though, so perhaps we have something in common.
Excellent, excellent. More vampire hunting skills. My dear friend, you have the and he looks over at your ranger, making like a funky face, right? Like, Alystra, you do your family lineage well.
Did
You
you just
know
call me Callistra?
Callista.
Okay.
You
You added an extra R in there that didn't belong.
your great grandfather would be proud that you have assembled such a war band of monster hunting genius. And he kind of looks right over at Twigsy and her little cuteness with her mushroominess and says, "And this druid just proves it. Find such a humble creature. You become such a stalwart friend and enemy of the supernatural."
I rule.
I really don't like this person. I don't say this out loud, of course, but I really do.
I'm like, he's the
I like
hero
him a
of your
lot.
family.
Doesn't mean I don't like it. I don't mean I don't like it. He's referring to my friend as a creature.
Well, he refers to you as creature in the most loveliest of terms.
It does,
He's super xenophobic.
and I don't like it.
Mm-mm.
I'm really impressed by him though, because I don't.
You don't know any better.
You are a creature. You're totally fine with it.
Yeah.
What species is this guy?
He appears human. What's that? I just heard a dice roll.
I just wanted to percepti him.
With your perception of 11, he definitely looks like a very, very old, robust human. His hairline is receded, like almost past the monk spot. But he has a small tuft of wig to fill it in that fills in very poorly. That's why he must have a very. As he says, "Excellent, excellent. So, my friend, what does a woodsman fill his cabinets full of? What meats and dark cheeses do you have for me?" And the guy just shakes his head and says, "We have leftover Hassenfeld." "Ah, pepper and rabbit stew. Excellent, excellent. We must sit. Tell me of your expedient travels to get here to beat. I didn't think I would run into you so soon." And he kind of puts down the little throw bag he had, and as soon as you start to say something, kind of interrupts you with the mom hand. It's just one moment. I need to see to my mount really quick. I shall be right back. And he kind of like pops out, mumbling about travel and the what danger of the wilds. And it's good
How far
to
does
see.
Is
he
this
go
mount an
away?
animal or a person?
He's
I feel
going
like
around
it's
to the
quiet.
back of the house. Are you guys heading outside with him?
I mean, I'm wondering if we could just sneak away. I don't know.
You could totally try sneaking away.
We got shit to do.
I feel like he's a valuable but obnoxious resource. Maybe we can leave the old men chatting while we go for our dive.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a feeling that he's mumbling around the side of the house. If you wanted to sneak off, you could totally do a stealth roll and sneak off.
I feel like all of us shouldn't sneak off, though.
I mean, since there's not a lot I can do at the well, if you want me to stay here and like
Let's
be
have.
entertained.
Yeah, because you seem very enamored with him.
Yeah.
We'll leave him behind. Tell him that we had some important things to do, but we'll be right back. So you could regale him with our adventures thus far.
Certainly.
And he's like, "Excellent, excellent. Go feast upon the dangers of this world and clean this village of any monstrous taint you find.
I think a sign with a new name would be a really great way to help keep the monsters out.
Oh, a new name would be excellent. Maybe we
Yes.
could call this place Kindervich Village.
Nope. Freyaville.
Freявille. Freявille. Perhaps something more poetic. We listen to romantic. Perhaps Freya's tear. Freya's.
I like Freya's Jewel. That's not a terrible name, Kindervich.
Why, thank you. Your wisdom beams through your keen eyes.
I am not little. I am short.
Oh, I mean no offense. Some of the most amazing things in the world are tiny, powerful.
He's talking about his penis.
I raise my eyebrow.
Does your character actually say that, or is that totally OOC?
I want to pull Callister down.
That's something she whispers in my ear, I'm pretty sure.
Air quotes whispers. As he's just like, well, let us allow you your leave, and the old men and our mechanical friend will just sit and reminisce about old war stories. Always one after the winter cry. And if you're going into the city proper, may I please ask, if you find the cherry woman makes it butter my con.
That sounds inappropriate, but I'm here for it.
As he just says, look at these amazing children. Are they not wonderful? I am so glad that the monster hunt.
We are grown-ups, yo.
Yes. I'm sorry. It's my old eyes. Anyone that's not twice my age appears child.
Well, that's ageist.
Well, in our days, things just boomed everywhere and even babies. Oh, we had a very robust outlook on life. And he kind of lets it slip that then the vampires came.
Well,
and
there's not very many old people left. Go ahead.
Just an allegory for capitalism.
Glint in his eyes. And y'all know vampires didn't appear till like 400 years ago.
Ah.
Yeah,
So you are children to him, even if you're...
right, if he's 400 fucking years old, then we are babies compared to him.
And for all I know, I'm like 6 months old, so...
I hope that
this piece of me was made at this point, and this piece of me was made at this point. Look, there's a tinker's mark on most of my pieces.
Yeah.
I hope you're 6 months old. I hope you're the real life Frankenstein.
Aww. And as you guys are heading off to the well, you see the ladies gathering their morning water for the house and the wash and all. As you guys come up to the well, what do you do as the crowd is kind of thicker than it was yesterday? It's almost like
God
progressively
damn it. They're drinking purified, what they think is holy water. That's what I'm going to mutter to them. God damn it, they think they're drinking purified holy water.
And one of the ladies is like, "Aye, Mistress Priestess, ever since you blessed this water, I promise you that when I drank it, my poor dry joints feel so much better. Magic of these magic waters spreading through the entire town. Look, over there by the church. Do you not see the fledgling flowers start to bloom? Gifted by both your magic words and holy water. The children have planted flowers there that will hopefully spring any day from the gardens.
Oh God.
Do they have a garden that I can consecrate?
They do have a small, thrown together flower shrubbery type garden,
But not like a veggie garden?
not like a veggie garden.
Oh man. Excuse me.
Oh my.
Freya looks down upon you and is smiling at your grace.
And she just clutches her breast and goes, "Oh, again, you seek to bless us. Thank you, priestess. Thank you. I swear I will name my next grandchild after Freya
Or Esme.
or Esme. Oh, how about if it's a girl child, Esme? If it's a boy child, Freya."
Um, I think the boy version of Freya is Frey.
Oh, you're so wise. If it's a boy or child, I swear by the lords and ladies of light that his name will be Frey. And if she is a girl child, blessed, even a fraction of your wisdom, and she will be named Esme.
I'm gonna pat her hand and keep walking. And under my breath, once we're a little bit away to my buddies, I'm gonna be like, "Did you hear how she sweared on another god to name her kid after a god?"
As you're totally like, as soon as that poor kid is born, that kid is screwed.
Right. I'm gonna swear on one god to name my kid after another god, cause that's cool, guys.
All it means is that kid will live an interesting life.
All that means is that kid is gonna get punched a lot.
Okay, so you guys have cleared out the well area so that way Twigsy can go back in the well, right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess
did we get
like
more rope? Do we have lots and lots and lots of rope?
I mean, I got rope.
How much rope do you guys have?
Let me
I think
look at my
I got-
character sheet.
As
I think
everybody
I got
starts
rope
pulling
to get to
rope
the
out of their
bottom.
packs and measuring. Especially now that you know that the well goes down roughly 110 feet.
I have in my personal possession 5 rolls of 50 feet of brand new, never been uncoiled rope.
Well, I got an explorer's pack, so whatever I got one. I got something. It says 10 next to hempen rope. I don't know what that means.
That would be 10 feet of rope.
Well, I got 10 feet of rope, and then I have an explorer's pack, which I'm assuming comes with rope as part of it.
Does it? Would tell
Let's
you if
double
it does.
check.
Because that's probably where your 10 feet of rope came from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you this,
Hmm.
but I think that my 250 feet worth of rope is more than your 10 feet of rope.
That's true. So we're gonna use all of your rope.
I
As-
just want enough rope that I can octopus down and do my little octopus dex tying skills and then tug on it and you guys can pull it up.
doink,
Okay.
doink, doink.
I think
100
250
feet. Yeah, I think 100 feet should be enough for that.
Yep. As all of a sudden, our poor ranger's pulling out this rope that she's saved from cutting, so she's untied knots after knots after knots.
It's
And
just all end up.
Esme drops this freaking climber-sized clump of rope and says, "Gotta cut." And as Twigsy is ready to go, and she's just about to step off the ledge of the well to repeat her octopus stunt, that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Okay.
As our mechanical
that's
man
a
is getting the
perfect place.
entire rundown of the reason why the ranger was sent to deliver the note to the church.
He can recap it for us next session.
Yes.
As
Oh,
he's like, "You
I'm gonna
don't
briefly
say."
turn my camera on, maybe, to
Hubba
show you
hubba.
guys. But I've been. Oh hush. Let's see if this will work.
Brrr.
I don't know if this. Okay.
It looks like you're about to show us a mushroom tip. I'm not wrong.
Aww.
But that's a lot more adorable and innocent than what I thought you were going to show us.
The absolute adorable little mushroom guy.
See it. Show it again.
Brittany's
Very
like, I
cute.
didn't know I had to pull my camera out.
Yeah, because after I did this one, I was
Oh,
like,
I
that one.
love her.
A
I would frame that
creepy
one.
one. She's
decided
Death
to
Shroom
do-
and the other one is Speckled.
well, this one is based off of Inky Cat mushroom,
Uh-huh.
and I want to get a red marker and do like the red ones, the red cap ones with the white dots. That's
Mhm.
what this.
They're Mantia. That's what Twigsy's middle name is.
So, yeah, I decided I want to start doing mushrooms. Oh, and then I got to show you what I just got from the printer today. I got some new stickers I made, and so I got. They're tiny because I'm poor.
Sorry. Oh, those are
Ooh.
pretty. That's
Good, yeah.
pretty.
Got
Very
that
nice.
one. I got this
The
one.
classic Godzilla.
Dapper Godzilla.
Yes, dapper.
I got Candy Gore. I call this one.
Oh, I like her.
He's like
And
a
I
hip-hop
got-
tiefling.
And I got Mothman. Do do do
Oh
do
my.
do do.
Aw.
And then this weird one that I did out of
The
watercolor.
Cthulhu 8-ball. Pick it up and shake it, and once the tentacles finish writhing, we find out the answer. The answer is...
I'm just getting ready for CocoCon, so I
Yes.
might turn the mushrooms into into stickers if I have enough time.
I
we'll
don't
see.
know. I'm thinking we need a
Sticker mushroom.
mushroom monster manual here.
Maybe we'll see. Anyways, I guess Megan, I'll game with you tomorrow. Hopefully, maybe.
Yes. Unless Jim pulls the I have overtime.
Or
You
Yeah.
know,
Jesus.
thankfully, I've taken care of my overtime needs for the next 2 weeks, so I don't have to worry about that.
That's
I
awesome.
gotta log off.
I mean, I've already hit 40 hours this week, I'm pretty sure. So we'll pretend like I don't have 2 more work days.
well, have you guys heard about this? Oh, okay. The screen
Someone
went.
disappeared.
Brittany said goodbye.
Aw,
It's a new Coca-Cola flavor.
I have not heard of that one.
I've heard of it. I've not had a chance to get it.
It is. I can't describe the flavor. It's weird. It's a weird sweet. That's all I can.
I mean, I know the white cans are supposed to be watermelon.
Yeah, I tasted one of those this morning. It did not taste like watermelon.
It's a strawberry and watermelon, and the strawberry is the dominant flavor.
Yeah, I suppose they all just like taste like different shades of sweet.
Yeah.
Like, not really getting anything from that. All right, I love you guys. I'm gonna go die because I gotta go make things at the studio tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.
And,
All right. See you later.
And
Good night.
Talia, I was totally going to throw that out there to you. Have you talked about Zoe, about maybe having her sell some of your stuff at her booth?
For where?
She's going to be at Comic-Con selling, I think.
Well, I've been trying to get a hold of her to hang out. And
She's been out of town for like the last 2.
oh, okay. Well, yeah, I've just been trying to get a hold of her to meet up with her. So we'll see what happens. Bye.
Yes,
So we'll see what happens.
apparently her and Kelly finally got a chance to talk about possibly hanging out before the convention at the end of the month.
Yeah, so I've been trying to do the same. So I don't know. Maybe all 3 of us could hang out. I don't know.
What? That's crazy talk.
That would be amazing.
That's
So
madness.
I would love that.
I'll talk to y'all later. Good
All
All
right.
right, I'll talk to y'all later.
Good night, guys. Bye.
Bye, Jim.
Bye.